Super special thanks to Chuunibruh, Grimmy, and Red Dawn Boulder for supporting our Patreon. I'd give you a cookie, but I can't. That was way too specific. So, here's the thing. In my first Taco Crunch episode, I mentioned how Thomas the Tank Engine scared me more than anything else I grew up with. But as I was writing the script, I recalled a vague memory from my childhood. I remembered watching what I think was an Eastern fairy tale film, and one scene involving some really scary imagery. I became curious, and when I asked some of my friends about it, they told me what it was from.
She was naughty but nice, and she got a big surprise, 'cause all of a sudden she was tiny as a button.
Yep, the Thumbelina anime. A story that's been told multiple times. I have no idea where I saw this or how old I was. Fortunately, I was able to get a DVD copy for $6. I just vaguely remember the cover, but other than that, this film is a complete enigma to me. I'm not even sure if this is the right movie. Did freaking Thumbelina scare me so much that I repressed it for over 2 decades? Let's find out. How do DVDs work again? So it starts off with this woman visiting a doctor or something. Oh my god, kill it! Could your character design be any more over the top? At least cut your own damn nails.
Let me guess. I sense that there's a lack of harmony in the home, and you've heard that I can be helpful, eh?
Oh, yes, it's my daughter. She's always getting into trouble. It's so bad that lately I can barely control her.
Lady, if you need parental advice, I know a family a lot less terrifying.
Let us see this problem child. You are right to come here, my dear. She is even worse than you have described. We will have to take very stern measures.
You think so?
What? Stern measures? For falling asleep and catching frogs? I would hate to see what you do to kids with ADHD. That being said, I'm surprised I'm still around. So she gives her a book called Thumbelina and instructs her to read the book to Mai, and when she wakes up, she'll be well behaved. Could be worse. She could throw the book at her. Hey! So she arrives home, and we're finally introduced to our main heroine.
Mama!
Oh boy. We're gonna hear this voice for the rest of the film, aren't we? So she mentions to her daughter that she bought a new book for her, and Mai becomes reluctantly intrigued. But something strange happens, and as soon as she starts reading the book, she falls asleep. Whew! Look, if the book was that boring, it's a good thing you got it for free. So out of curiosity, she begins reading the book herself. But to her shock, she begins shrieking.
Mama! Please wake up! Help me, please! Oh, Mama, help me! Please wake up! Mama!
Oh my gosh, this kid sounds like she's in actual distress. But the voice acting is so intense it doesn't even match the expression on her face. Then later on, after she falls asleep, 2 frogs show up at her window. What is up with this movie and frogs?
We can't quit looking until we find a suitable bride for our son.
Fine, but I don't know why you're looking in here. This is a house where only humans live.
See? Even the movie is so strange, even she's confused.
It never hurts just to take a look around.
So the frogs decide to take Mai home with them despite not being a frog. And then they immediately drop her out of the window. Anyway, she wakes up the next morning and is immediately attacked by a rat who tries to eat her. The movie just started and already she's facing certain death. Fortunately, she's saved by... Look, man, look at that dumbass hat. So she appears to tell Mai that the only way to return to normal is to journey to the south.
You must journey to the land of South. There you will find the answers.
Oh, that's vague and unhelpful.
How do I get there?
You must find the way yourself.
What the shit, lady? Can't you at least give her a compass? However, she does give her some new magic shoes that give her extra agility and speed. So that's something.
On your mark, get set, go!
Holy crap! But forget the compass, these shoes are dope! So eventually, her shoes take her to a place completely made of sugar. And that's when she's introduced to her new companion.
It's me, Noble. I'm the magic sugar fairy from the land of sweets.
Okay, kid, I don't think that was sugar you just ate. When you eat a strange white substance from the ground and this happens, you're high as fuck.
My name's Maya.
I know.
Who told you my name?
The good witch Angela told me. She sent me here to help you out.
What? Her dumb red shoes don't work.
For God's sakes, kid, those shoes just took you to another ecosystem. Those shoes are working just fine. You're just hardly working. And if that wasn't bad enough, she starts hallucinating something else. Wait a minute. I think I remember this.
Maya, it's late. It's time to come inside. Dinner's almost ready.
It's Mama! I'm back home! Mama!
Don't go, Maya. It's a trick. Don't go. It's Cassandra.
Maya, hurry. Come home.
Oh, that's not your mother. It's a wicked witch. Oh.
I've been looking everywhere for you, Maya.
Mama! Oh,
Oh, God!
I'll save you!
Why would you do this to any child ever? She just wants her mom. Look, I don't care if your antagonist is weak to sugar, it's still scary. Jokes aside, though, I literally don't remember anything else from this film so far aside from that one scene. And can you blame me? Is this the kind of imagery that people thought was okay to show to small children? So they continue on their journey as if nothing scary happened. And then, wouldn't you know it, turns out the frogs had followed her somehow.
Knee deep.
Sir? You okay?
Introductions are in order.
I don't want to be introduced to you.
But you do. I'm certain you would want to be introduced to your future father-in-law.
So far, this is 10 times more unsettling than Thomas was. I mean, the way this guy is shadowed, animated, and framed is just uncomfortable to look at. It's like the animators went out of their way to make him as creepy as possible. So the frogs introduce their son, who proposes to her on the spot. Again, I don't think our heroine has even hit puberty yet. Japan, Japan.
Thank you very much for your kind offer, Mr. Hobby, but I don't think that I'm ready to get married yet. Excuse us.
See, even she's telling you to fuck off. But the frogs won't take no for an answer and prevent their escape. Okay, stop! This is so much worse than Thomas. Fortunately, they do eventually escape, but I still feel like I need a shower. So eventually, they come across a huge tree where they decide to take a detour. And they start playing with a bunch of tree fairies. Because I guess they have no idea where they're going. And neither does this film. You know what these things are? Because I sure the hell don't.
Maya, come on. We've really got to get going now.
Well, that seemed weird and abrupt. In fact, that looks like a transition that was used in a lot of homemade movies from back in the day. Like Video Toaster, for example.
Putting the power of video in the hands of the people. People like you and me. The toaster captures all the power and all the quality of a $100,000 network video studio.
Well, turns out, this Thumbelina movie wasn't actually a movie at all, but an anime series spanning 26 episodes. So this movie was cut together using clips from the original anime series. Now let's take a look at the original episode and see what we missed. Oh, come on! Eventually, after fooling around like a doof, Mai ends up getting stranded on a lily pad. What, she can't swim herself? Or jump? Doesn't she have magic shoes? And Noble is unable to swim after her because he's made of sugar. Wait, what? You gave the kid a bodyguard who's weak to water? Are you stupid? But upon realizing that the frogs had followed them, he decides to take the risk and jumps in to save her.
Maya!
Oh, my God! Well, it's only been like 9 minutes, but hey, see ya. And with no one to protect her, she's kidnapped by the frogs and taken to their hut. What, you think this can't get any worse? Just wait till part 2, see ya!